Hey guys, welcome to my channel Fishbone, and today we are gonna learn the 4 best fishing knots that every fisherman or every beginner should know. So these are some of the easiest and reliable fishing knot that I always use in my fishing. So stay tuned and watch the entire video till the end and subscribe my channel. So the first knot we are making is the fisherman's knot, and this is one of the reliable and easiest, you can say, among all the other knots. So what we do is that you can see this is the main line here. What we do is we pass the main line through the eye of the hook. Once we pass it through there, you can see there are 2 lines now. One is the tag line, which is a shorter one, and this is the main line, which is a longer one. So what we do is that we hold the tag line and the main line together and we pinch it on the left hand side of the line. So now when you pinch it, you can see there is a loop created. You see the loop? So this is your first loop. You pinch there and then you take the tag line and wrap it around the main line for 8 to 10 times. Now if your line is thicker, you can wrap it just for 5 to 4 times. So I'll be doing just 5 to 4 times because for the purpose of the video. So once you're done with wrapping it for 4 to 5 times, what you do is that you take the end of your tag line and you pass it through the loop that you created at the first. This is something would happen, so be careful. So you pass it through the first loop nicely, and now you can see there is another loop that is created on the right hand side. So you pass the end of the tag line again through the second loop and you hold the end of the tag line. Now you can see you're holding the end of the tag line and you're holding your main line. Now what you do is you just pull your main line nicely and slowly. Now holding the end of the tag line and the hook together, you just pull your main line tightly and tighten it up as much as you can. Yeah. So yes, so we have a perfect fisherman's knot here. You can see it is a perfect fisherman's knot. And the extra tag line, that is the extra tag end, what you can do is that you can always cut it off, trim it. Don't trim it to the very end, because whenever a huge fish or a fish that is much more stronger than your line hooks up or hits up, what it does is that it reduces the tag line and there is a possibility of your line breaking. So what you do is that you just trim it off like this much, or some more. Yeah. So you can just keep this much tag line outside so that it won't come off. So you see, a perfect fisherman's knot. So the second knot that we are making is a snow knot, and I really love this knot because it doesn't comes off. So what we do is that we take the main line. So this is the main line and we pass it through the hook's eye like this. Wait a minute. Yeah, we pass it through the hook's eye. So once we done that, we pull the tag line to around 6 inches, and then what we do is that we create a loop with the hook. So we have created a loop like this with the hook, and what we do is that we hold that loop and then we use the tag line to wrap around the hook's neck. So near to the hook's eye, we wrap it around as many times as we can, like 5 to 6 times or 7 to 8 times. We wrap it around, and then what we do is that we take the tag end, and you remember the loop that we created at the first. So we take the tag end and we pass it through the loop. Once we have done that, we hold the tag end and we just pull the main line slowly. Now you can see that, yeah. So you can see This is the snow knot. Now it is a beautiful knot, and it is one of the reliable knots. And again, with the tag end, what you can do is that you can trim it off around this much. You can trim it off and leave the rest. So this is a beautiful snow knot. See, the third knot is the loop knot, which is one of the easiest and very common one, and this can be used with your hooks or your weight or your swivels or anything. So what we do is that we take the main line, okay, and we make a 7 to 5 or 4 inches of tagline, not even 7, 5 to 4 inches of your tagline. So now you can see there's a tagline, and you can see a tagline and a main line. So what we do is that we hold together the tag and the main line, we hold it together. Now we can see a loop, a bigger loop on the right hand side. What we do is that we just hold it together, we pinch on the loop, and then we just do a overhand knot. Overhand knot, how to do is that we just have to take your index finger, wrap both the tag and main line on your index finger, and then you make a second loop on your index finger. Now you take it out and you see the loop, the end of the loop. You take the loop and just pass it through the second loop that you created on your index finger, and you just hold it. Wait a minute, it's just taking a little bit of time. Yeah, you just hold it, and then you just pull both the main line and tag line together. Okay, now you see, now you have a loop created here. So this is called the loop knot. Now how you can use this loop knot is very easy. How we do it, that we just take the loop end, we pass it through the hook's eye, and then what we do is that we take the loop and we pass the entire hook from the loop, and we just got a good loop knot fixed. Now you see. Now this can be again used with your weights, like in a similar way. You can just use your weights to do it. Like I'll show you, this is my weight. Okay, I already have a loop knot on this weight. Wait, I'll remove this. Yeah, so here's your weight. Okay, so what you do is that you again pass it through the eye of the weight, and you just, what you do is that you take the loop and pass the entire weight through that loop again. You see, now your weight is attached to the line. You see how easy it is. You can always use this and it won't come out unless the loop is coming out of the entire weight like this. It won't come out. It is a very reliable knot, and I love this knot. So the fourth knot is the Palomar knot, and this is one of the famous knot which is used for drop shots. So how we do is that we take the main line and the hook, and we pass the main line through the hook's eye and pull the tag line around 20 inches or maybe long, and then we hold together the main line and the tag line. Now you take the end of your tag line and pass it through the hook's eye again, and pass it through and pull out around what you can say 3 to 4 inches outside, and we have a bigger loop here. So what we do is that we just do a overhand knot, wrapping it around the tag line. So we just do an overhand knot. This can be a little bit of tricky sometimes, so be just patient. We have the overhand knot with the tag line. So what we do is now is we hold the tag line and we just pull it. Do not tight the loop yet, because what we do is now is we take the bigger loop and pass the entire hook from the bigger loop. Okay, we pass it through, and then what we do is we tighten up the main line and the tag line together. So we do that slowly. Yeah, see, now we have your hook attached to your main line on the top of your main line. Actually, it is around a couple of inches above your main line. So at the end of your tag line or the end of your main line, you can actually, what you can do is that you can attach a weight. So this can be your drop shot. So it is one of the easiest and easy to learn and one of the mostly used drop shot drop shot knots, you can say. So the Palomar knot is one of the famous. So these were the 4 best knots that I have learned, and I hope you guys also learned how to tie the knots. And if you have any doubt or any query, you can just comment down below and I'll try to reply to each and every comment possible. Stay tuned and subscribe my channel for more updates like this.